Alright, time for another trip to the cinema where I'll be seeing Sword Art Online, the movie. Now, I don't really know much of what it's about, I haven't really seen any of the trailers, but I watched the anime, so I thought I'd add it to the movies I saw in cinemas rosters to rank later in the year, so I'll give my thoughts once I'm back. Look! Kirito blush! I got a Comic-Con last year and I thought, you know, because it's Sword Art Online. So I watched the anime on Netflix a couple of years ago, and I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, it was a cool premise, it does have some serious flaws, like, I wish they stayed in Aincrad for much longer, and the god-awful pacing where, like, characters who you're supposed to have an attachment to would get killed in the episode they first appeared in, stuff like that, but it was still very entertaining, and I enjoyed it enough to go and see this movie. So how was it? One of my favourite things about seeing limited screenings of movies like Return of the Cape Crusaders and obviously this, is we get to see hand-drawn movies on the big screen again, and boy do I miss them. The animation can be really good in this, there's plenty of lovely shots, and yeah, it's anime, so obviously it was going to be top-notch. Look at me getting all hip. It does feel like an extended episode of the show, but in many ways that is a compliment, because they're allowed to flesh out the story a lot more, and it's a very interesting story, it's a cool premise, with like this sort of ear thingy, and like they see thingies. And despite all the flaws of the anime, it was always entertaining, and this movie is very entertaining. I really enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. There we go, there's my verdict. This isn't necessarily a flaw with the actual movie itself, but more with, like, the theatre. They could have warned us it was a Japanese dub. But I really wasn't sure if it was or not, and then we got into the theatre and discovered it was, and that it was sort of, it took a while for us to get used to it, because I watch it in English, because, you know, it's my native language, and it sort of took me a little while to sort of get used to sort of, like, reading the text, and then sort of looking at the screen and seeing what was going on, but I did get used to it in the end, and just warn us next time, theatre people. It always annoys me in animated movies, like hand-drawn animated movies, when they use CG in unnecessary places. Like Treasure Planet is a good example of that. A lot of the movie is sort of like CG with hand-drawn characters, and because I sort of have eyes to notice that it's CG, it really got on my nerves that they were doing simple things like adoring CG, when they could have done it hand-drawn and it would have been better. And this movie isn't quite as bad as that, but the CG that is there is a bit bad. Granted, it's not the worst, but there's like a scene where they're in the hospital, and like there's like this sort of drawer or something like that, and you can tell it's CG, and it's sort of little stuff like that that really gets on my nerves, because my eyes are trained to notice CG and bring it up in these reviews. You're welcome. But simply, I liked it a lot. The story's interesting, the animation's great, and above all else, it is what any kind of media is supposed to do, entertain. If you're a fan of the show, definitely check this one out, and I'll give it 4 stars. Even my sister, who hasn't watched the show, enjoyed it as well. And because I took her to see this, she's also going to be able to take me to see a movie as part of a deal we made. So we'll see how that goes.